Hello everyone, welcome to your December of 2023 Psychic Taroscopes with Animal Totem and lots of love, answers, and proverbs. My name is Vickieverlie and you are watching the Rock and Roll Prophetess on YouTube. Do not be fooled by imposters. For more information on me, you can visit my website. This is going to be a Psychic Tarot reading for the upcoming month of December. You can view your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign, or any planet that you are prominent in your chart that you feel you resonate with. Before we get into the sign-by-sign readings, which will be posted here, and you can scroll along the bottom, I'm going to do a brief overview of some of the astrology events this month. Starting on the 12th, we're going to have our new moon in Sagittarius, 20 degrees Sagittarius on the 12th. Followed by the 13th, the very next day, Mercury turns retrograde, so it will be stopped at this time. On the 21st, we have the solstice, where the sun enters Capricorn. And then on the 26th, we have the full moon, which is at 4 degrees of Cancer. Happy birthday to all the Sagittarians and Capricorns out there, all you December birthday people. The featured reading this month is going to be the year ahead reading, which is, if you're not familiar with it, I did put up a sample of what it's like, a scaled down version. I will link to it at the end of this video and you could find it on my channel. Most popular reading of the year. It's only going to be available till the end of December. In January it's cut off. So if you want to get in on that, this is going to be the last chance for your year ahead reading. I also have weekly readings available on Patreon. And there's a sample reading of that on my website too, or on my YouTube channel, I should say. And also, before we go, I want to just say in this holiday season, I encourage you to support independent creators like myself. But even if you don't support me specifically, there's many independent creators out there that could use your help and support during this time, this busy holiday shopping season. So consider supporting independent creators, whether local to your area or online. The decks we're going to use today, as always, is going to be my Rock and Roll Tarot deck. The guest deck this month is going to be the favorite Hanson Roberts deck. Then we're also going to pull an animal totem for each sign. And then we're going to pull one from the Lots of Love, Lots of Answers, and Lots of Proverbs. Okay, let me set these aside. And without further ado, let's get into the first sign, which is going to be Aries. Hello Aries, this is going to be your, we came off of these eclipses of the last couple months, so things are kind of settling down for you. This is going to be the psychic reading for Aries, sun sign, rising sign, moon, or any prominent placements in Aries. We've got 3 cards for Aries from the Rock and Roll Tarot, starting with the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. Next we're going to pull 3 cards from the Hanson Roberts. Let me give this deck a little shuffle. Again, Aries, don't forget about the year ahead readings. It's going to be your last chance to get it if you want to have it. Oh, there we go. We're going to take that as the first card, and then I'm going to take 2 and 3 like this. Okay, so here's your base reading for the month of December of 2023, Aries. Well, the Magician was the very first card out, and that is very powerful. The Magician is, you got, Magician is number 1, so it's akin to an ace in the major arcana. You've got a 1, 1, 1. So you've got all these ones around here. That means just infinite. That means the universe is there and working with you. You've got this beautiful card of the Temperance here, and the Temperance is your angels, guides, working with you, co-creating, collaborating with on a soul level. And this is the part that they're partaking in, and the High Priestess is the part of you listening. The Magician we put out into the world, we're always doing affirmations, and Aries, that's totally your energy. Let's start, let's go, let's put it out there, go, go, do. And you're a starter, you're the first sign of the zodiac. But with this, it's like, yes, let's put it out there, but then let's also be receptive to listening. The High Priestess is very much a receptive card. It's a card of listening, of going within, of hearing, waiting and listening for the answers, or waiting to know what to do, because the universe is definitely collaborating with you. Some of you may hear those voices and doubt it. I mean, I've doubted. But there's so many ways that they've shown me to the point, I'm to the point now where I trust it. But one of the ways that your guides might show you, if you're interested in doing more of this kind of thing, is they'll put things out there that you have no knowledge of. And then you, like words or different, all kinds of things. And you go look it up later and it goes, oh yeah, that is a thing, but I had no knowledge of it. So then you know that it's coming from somewhere outside your cognitive mind. But so don't be afraid of what you're hearing or sensing or feeling, because your intuition is going to be very much in tune with this Ace of Cups energy. This top part kind of seems, for some, it's like a job you might be going after. You're going, or you want to reach some big pinnacle in your financial gains, or your, because sometimes the Magician also can be somebody who's an entrepreneur, self-employed. So it may be something that you want to reach this goal or this mark, and looks like you're going to reach it, and that the funds will be there. That's what the message from the guides is. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to move over and get your animal totem for Aries. This is for December, for Aries Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody with prominent Aries in their chart. You've got the lion. Well, you know, the lion, I'm hearing that. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Ooh. I'm not going to try that. I need a slide whistle for that one, right? That high falsetto thing. But anyways, yeah, so we've got the lion here. Right away, though, when I see the lion, I think of Leo. So I think we might be going back to something that happened in Leo time. So that would have been late, you know, July into August. Could have been something you started back in Leo time and now you're really, you know, stepping into the full essence of it. Or some of you might be dealing with a Leo. But anyways, let's read the card, what I wrote initially. Majestic, generous, fierce and proud, courageous king of the beasts. Sublime leadership inspires loyalty. Delegate authority, then bask in the sun. Yeah, it's kind of tying into what I was saying. Like, I feel like you're going to meet this goal. Like maybe your fourth quarter sales, or maybe if you are an independent creator, maybe you're super busy and trying to get all that out there, you know, your goods and services, or your content out there. You reach that goal, and then this is the basking in the sun. Some of you may be going on somewhere, you know, to vacation where it is like near the water or tropical or something like that, and then you can just bask in the sun and relax. Okay, let's go ahead and get your lots. Now, by the way, the animal totem and the rock and roll are my creations, and you can find them at the Game Crafter. There's links in the description or on my website. And these lots are also my creation. I'm going to first pull a lot of love, and it's just you reach in and you grab one, and it says dating. Well, for some of you, maybe you have, you know, you haven't been out there, and you're going to start dating again. That can definitely coincide with that Ace of Cups. You know, start getting back out there in the dating game for some people. Next, I'm going to pull your lots of answers, which is a yes, no, maybe kind of thing. And we've got maybe, baby. I'm hearing, isn't there a song, maybe, baby? I can't, it's like a pop tune. Well, we'll think about it. If anybody knows, you can put it in the comments. Let me grab your lots of lots of proverbs. So this is like a bit of advice, bit of wisdom. Okay, it says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm tired of hearing that one. But yeah, I feel like you're coming back stronger than ever, especially with this Magician here. Right out of the gate, the Magician is you're coming back stronger than ever. You're starting new beginnings on all fronts, and in the physical, but also within your own spiritual, or, you know, psychic, spiritual, subconscious. Maybe you're starting a meditation practice with these kinds of things. But you're definitely turning a corner and having a lot of new beginnings, which I know that's right. That's what Aries wants to hear. Aries wants this new beginnings. Okay, Aries, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget about that year ahead reading. This is going to be your last chance to get it if you want to. And have a great holiday season. We'll talk again next month. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus, let me get these the other cards out of the way. And we're going to get into your reading for December. This is for Taurus, Sun, Rising, or Moon. Anybody with prominent Taurus in their chart. I want to flip these this way. They're getting a little bent. I'm trying to flip them the other way. You know, when I said that they're getting a little bent, I felt like that's an old term, like for getting like drunk. like you're getting a little bent. So I don't know if it's you or somebody else. Maybe you're doing the holiday party. So just that's a message for somebody. Maybe keep an eye on it. Your P's and Q's. Mind your P's and Q's, which I just found out in recent times that that's your pints and quarts. So that's just mind your P's and Q's means exactly that. Like don't get too wasted, basically. Okay, Taurus. Let's get our first 3 cards for Taurus for. I was going to say January, February, March because I've been doing so many of the year ahead readings, but this is just December. We've got 8 of Cups, Magician. Aries had Magician also, and then Wheel of Fortune, like this. Nice. And then we've got 3 more cards for our Taurus friends. Let's shuffle up here. You know, Taurus, we're moving into some solstice energy. That's very much harmonious with you. You've got a lot. If you wanted to look at the astrology the year ahead, we would really look at it. And there is quite a bit. You know, Jupiter's still in your sign going into next year. Uranus is still in your sign going into next year. So there's a lot to look at astrology-wise and otherwise for Tauruses. But this is December of 23 for the Taurus energy. We've got the High Priestess. The other sign had that too, Aries. 8 of Rods and the 4 of Cups. Okay. Well, you're on your way. I'm on my way, I'm making it big time. I missed a beat there, but yeah, that's what I heard. You're on your way. If you've never seen my videos, I do break into song. That is how the guides communicate to me because it's a language that I understand. Okay, so but you're moving on towards the Magician and Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is some nice stuff here, Taurus. You're leaving behind, this may require leaving behind something that you've put a lot of time and effort in, but you're just like, you know, and Tauruses, you've been known to do that because you're a fixed sign. You may stay long after the writing's on the wall, you know. Sometimes it's hard for you to walk away. It's hard for you to, I was going to say give up, but the guides are saying throw in the towel. You know, it's hard for you sometimes, but you're walking towards, if this feels so much lighter, and you're becoming to this place of empowerment, and you're walking into the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is your fate and destiny. This is very much, this even with the High Priestess, there's this element of surrender. Surrender and being shown where to go and then forging ahead with it. Because, you know, this also lines up with this 8 of Rods, and this is saying take action. This is very much a card of action, and so is this. But it's going to require some letting go of some old things. But you're locking in. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is like a combination lock. That things lock into place. It's like I'm hearing that clicking into place. And then you're listening to the High Priestess. You're listening to this cup energy. Then you know which way to go. And as you pursue this goal, then you've got this 4 of Cups here where this offer is presented to you. Now with the High Priestess, and because the hand does come out of the cloud, it can be an offer of, you know, just an idea that's put forth from, you know, your higher guidance and spirit or whatever. But with the 8 of Rods, it could be an actual tangible idea. Like you put it out there and then they say, yes, we want to do this. We want to do. Maybe with this Magician, it might be, yes, you get the news you want to do it, but it's going to be in the new year. Just a real quick sip of water. The other thing is here is that you've got 2 8s. So 8 could have some prevalence in this. May have been something, I said this in the last reading too because it was Leo, but it might be going back to the 8th month of August. It might be 8 weeks. It might be 8 years for some people. Because this can be, sometimes it takes a long time to load up those cups, you know. This isn't something that was a short-lived thing. Okay. Excuse me. Let me get your animal totem for our Taurus friends. I'm going to reach in the middle and grab the bunny, the rabbit. Well, rabbit is always a sign of major abundance. Rabbit is a sign of major abundance, but rabbit is also a sign of going forward in leaps and bounds. So it's moving forward, but it's a very positive thing. I love when it lines up with the Wheel of Fortune here because that's really powerful, positive energy for you. Things are looking up. What I wrote initially was sensitive, artistic, clever, nimble, outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead. taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future. Heightened libido and procreation. Yeah. Well, some of you may be going on a trip with a loved one. I mean, can be a sexual card, although there's not really any other, romance cards. Both of these can be interpreted as romance. This can be the arrows of love hitting their mark. Maybe some of you have been thinking about it. You're gonna, take that next step in your relationship. It could be for some. All right, let's jump over and let's get our lots, and we'll start with the lots of love. Again, all these things you can find links to, all these decks and these tools in the description or on my website. The lots of love says kind. Well, that could be the person or people you're interacting with are kind, but with this rabbit is soft energy, the high priestess is soft energy. It can just be telling you to be kind, I'm hearing, you gotta be cool to be kind in the right measure. Well, I don't know about that. I'm sticking with the kind. Now let's go on to your yes, no, maybe with your lots of answers. It's got promising, so looking good. Looking pretty good. Looking so good, child, I couldn't let it go. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. What is that? Train kept a rolling. Some of you may be traveling. You might be traveling, and might be traveling by train. Or not, but travel. Looking so good, child, I couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it be. Something like that. But let's get your animal. Oh, we did the animal totem. Come on, Vix. Okay, I got that song in my head. I can't get my brain to. I can't walk and chew gum. Lots of proverb. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, for some, when I saw this, and I right away I was drawn back to this. If you've been really burdened, and maybe taken it, for some people out there, it's like you've been taken advantage of. And you're going to walk away, and then they're going to just see how valuable you were. But if that's the case, I feel like you're going to take that, all you learned and all you've been doing for this company or this entity or this organization, and you're going to be putting it all into yourself and your own thing. And there's going to be a big gaping hole where you were, and they're really going to, I feel like they're really going to realize it. And for some, they might even come back with an offer like, please come back, we need you. But for most, I feel like you're going to say, you know what, later, I'm out, dude. Wheel of Fortune, this is all, it's been a learning process, and this is part of you fulfilling their path to the next step, to the next thing that's coming your way. All right, Taurus, well, thanks for tuning in. Have a great, don't forget to check your sun, rising, and moon. And don't forget about the year ahead reading. If you do want to get in on this, this is going to be your last chance, because after the first of the year, it's going to be no longer available. The most popular reading by far, very reasonably priced. You can see a sample of it on my channel. Have the best month of December and the best holiday season, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, where am I putting these cards? I have a little sort of a system here, but well, now they're going to go here. I'll have to find Aries later. Next, we're going to do the sign of Gemini. Well, hello, Geminis. You guys just had, you just had your full moon, wasn't it, or something? You just came off of some kind of full moon. Well, actually, I'm recording this a couple days before your full moon in your sign. But you're leading into the month of December, coming off the full moon in your sign for sure. And you're probably still processing a lot, and you're probably still releasing a lot of energy and things that were hanging on, and it's, when you have your new moon and your full moon, it's pretty powerful. And this last one that you had in your sign was pretty powerful. I did a whole video just on that if you want to watch it. But let's get your cards for December for Geminis. We've got 1, 2, 3 from the Rock and Roll Tarot. We've got the Page of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the 8 of Swords, right? 6 of Swords, I should say. All right, and then now we're going to do the 3 cards for the from the Hanson Roberts deck. This is for Gemini for the month of December of 2023. That's your card, the Knight of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the Soulmate card, and finally the Ace of Cups. Okay. Well, there's definitely some love energy going on for our Geminis this month. definitely major connections. If not, it doesn't have to be, because, you know, there's the traveling again. And I didn't think of it in the last reading that had the travel things, but many people are traveling during the holiday season. You're visiting family, or family are coming to visit you. So there is a lot of traveling going on. So it could be that you're traveling, and this, for some, if you're not really in the market for romance, this could be, you know, you're going to see your soulmates of your people, you know, your family. It's not necessarily your love interest. But for many, I feel like when you get the Ace and Two of Cups, this is usually some kind of big love interest. Now we've got this Knight of Swords. It would represent you. There's no gender in these readings because it's for so many people. So it doesn't, even if you're a female, whoever you know, however your gender, it's not, it could be you, even though it's a knight in here. But this could also be the person of interest, for lack of a better term, the person that, the love interest, you know, the soulmate, could also be an air sign. So there's air signs include Gemini, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra are the 3 air signs. So it could be like that. What caught me right away, well, we've got this, and I felt this was children. I rarely use the pages as people to represent people. Usually I use the pages, I always say all the young dudes carry the news, right? So all the young dudes, they're messengers, you know. So I felt like this was children, and it could be, you know, in holidays, you're often around a lot of children and things like this. But then, secondly, when I saw the page to the Knight, it feels like there's definitely been some growth. Or it could even be this whole soulmate thing. Could be somebody that you knew in your childhood, or when you were much, much younger, and now you were children, and then now you're grown, and then now this thing is sparking through. And again, in these holiday times, we often are in the company of people we've known from childhood, or even just, you know, cousins and whatever, you know. Or even, you know, I don't know how many people really exchange Christmas cards that much anymore, but you get Christmas cards from people from your childhood, and you think about them again, even though you're not maybe in touch. But this does seem to be some kind of a major relationship thing going on here. It feels very, very positive. You may be exchanging, the guide said you may be exchanging letters, but of course in modern day it's more like, you know, DMs or maybe even emails, but those are even going out of style. But maybe sometimes people do write letters and put them in, you know, holiday greeting cards too. I mean, that could be a thing. But it's a way of saying that there's a lot of communication going on, and it feels like it is like that, like maybe we're texting, or maybe we're emailing, or whatever. Like it's not so much you know, hanging out in person. It feels like there is this messaging going on. Maybe there's been some messaging going on back and forth, and then you're finally going to meet. Maybe you're going to finally go to where one's going to go. You're going to meet somewhere. You're going to travel to be together. But definitely love is the overarching energy. And again, for some it could be love of family if you're not really interested in the whole love thing. For some it could be a collaboration. Ace of Cups could be a creative collaboration with a soulmate. But again, it feels like it's very much on the realm of emotional connection and love and things of this nature. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Gemini friends. We've got the grasshopper leaping forward. Grasshoppers are also considered really lucky. And I like the way it shows up right next to this Ace of Cups. For some, love is going to leap into your life out of nowhere. And I just heard leaping lizards. But isn't that well, in Ohio here, there's a restaurant called, I think, the Leaping Lizard, or I'm not sure. I might be getting that wrong. I'm not sure. Or the Grasshopper Lounge. For somebody out there, this is gonna be the whole thing. It's gonna be like a place or a venue, a restaurant, or even, isn't there a drink, you know, a schmoozy cocktail that's some kind of a grasshopper? It's like green, and I recall back to my bartending days, but I never had to make one, but I know that I remember I had my bartending book back in the day, and I know there is such a thing. But anyways, it feels like for some people out there, this is going to be pertinent other than just as an animal totem, like it's a name of a, you know, maybe you'll go have a drink, or go to the Grasshopper Lounge I keep hearing. And I don't know that place. I've never heard of it, so it's for somebody. All right, Grasshopper. Health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song. Inspired creation reveals your true spirit. This could totally be inspired creation, by the way. Reincarnation, discovering your soul's path. Advancement by leaps and bounds, yeah. But I feel again, what's that? I'm hearing a song now again. Da, 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 da. Love comes walking in. Now, love could come walking in out of nowhere. Maybe if you're not looking, don't poo-poo this reading if it's like, oh, I'm already married, or I'm not looking, or whatever. Love comes walking in. Love could come walking in, baby. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get your lots of love for a Gemini for December. Passion, wow. Well, the passion can apply to other things too. I mean, we've all heard the term passion project, right? That's a thing. And many people are passionate about their creative endeavors, but come on, this is talking about some love stuff. What do you got here? It says truly. And of course I'm hearing that song. I love you truly, truly, dear. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. It's like an old hymnal or choir song. It's come up in the readings before. It came up again. Probably came up when that lot came out. But let's get your lots of... so somebody loves you truly. If I skipped over that too quickly. Truly, dear. And this is going to be the lots of Proverbs for our Gemini friends for December. Life is what you make it. Yep, that's the fact. On so many levels, this is such a huge truth. You know what I was thinking about while I was digging for that lots? Because we're in December, and we are going to have a new moon in Sagittarius, and this would be more connected to your Gemini risings, but it could work for the sun too, because your solar opposite is your partnership. But here's your Gemini on the astrology wheel, right? And then what's exactly across the way in your house of partnership is Sagittarius. So you're having that new moon in Sagittarius in your opposite sign here on the 12th. So that could be, for those of you who are, single and looking, or maybe you're going to meet for the first time, maybe you want to plan it around that time frame. That could be a very positive and powerful time for bringing in these partnerships of whatever level. All right, Gemini, so that is your December reading. Don't forget to, if you want to get in on your year ahead personal readings, they're only going to be available till the end of this month of December, and then you'll have to wait till next year. Thanks to everybody who's already been ordering. I love this. It's a fun time of year for me. I love doing them, and many people love them, get them every year, and I get a lot of good feedback from everybody who gets them. All right, next we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. Well, Cancer, you're going to have your full moon this year. Well, it is the full moon for this year, because you do get one new moon and you get one full moon every year. So your full moon is going to be on the 26th, on my birthday. It's going to be the full moon, and it's going to be real powerful. It's right after the solstice too. I mean, like a few days after the solstice. Well, usually it's going to be probably, a lot of times it would fall in this time frame near the solstice, but a lot of times it'll fall in January. But yeah, your full moon, this is a time when, you have these realizations. And I always say, let's not do the New Year's resolutions because it's BS and it really doesn't apply. You want to do it on, blah, blah, blah. But actually, this year, you could really get some powerful New Year's resolutions. You could really get a powerful list of what you want to release and implement it, because the New Year is only 5 days later, the Gregorian calendar, whatever it's called, the when we celebrate the New Year. Really, it's the solstice, or some would say the Aries Ingress too. But at any rate, if you're wanting to do some New Year's resolutions, again, I'm not a fan. I think you should, talk about what you do want rather than what you're wanting to release. But this could be, this year could really be a powerful one for you. And always on your full moon, it's a very powerful time to remove things or purge things from yourself, your environment, and so on. Okay, let's first do the first 3 cards. This is for our Cancers for the month of December. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you've got the Magician, Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. Now we're going to pull 3 more cards before. Magician's been out quite a bit. It's interesting. Well, I think maybe a lot of people are doing, that's like the first of the year, they're doing their New Year's resolutions, or thinking about it at least by the end of the month, right? Okay, 3 more cards for our Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon peeps, or anybody with Cancers in their chart. Ooh, the beautiful Star card, the Hangman, and the Empress. Wow, you've got a beautiful lineup on the bottom. One thing I noticed right away about this reading for you, Cancers, is all but the Ace of Pentacles are major arcana. You don't see that too often. I mean, I don't remember ever seeing, you know, all but one card being a major arcana. So there is definitely some higher energetic frequencies going on here, some higher angelic forces, you might want to say. But you're being steered, you're being guided, you know. Ace of, you're starting out here with this Magician and then the Ace of Pentacles. So this is like if you were going after a job, or you're wanting to start this new business, or you're wanting to start this new thing, this Ace of Pentacles is there. You know, but it's followed by the Tower. So for some it might be Tower. You're going to have to give up something, or something could really come to big culmination around the time of that full moon there. But number 2, I get the feeling with all this major arcana that what you're starting now, wow, somebody's like going to go viral, or, you know, it's just going to be explosive, take off like unbelievably beyond what you thought it might be. It could just explode in, because the cards that follow are not negative. It's not like your whole life. Sometimes the Tower can be your whole life is crumbling, but sometimes when really good things happen, your old life is also crumbling as you move into this new creation that you've created. These 2 are very spiritual cards. You've got the Star with the Hangman. I always point out, you know, in the Hangman, he's not being strangled. Everybody, oh, the Hangman, oh. No. He's being enlightened. He's got the halo around his head. He's being enlightened. And then the Star is pouring this energy down. Take time to listen. Take time to go within and listen to these messages that are coming through for you from the Great Divine, or whatever you want to call it. Some people, the Empress is here. So you're moving towards this total abundance. You're moving towards great healing. Some of you may have had and I'm not a doctor, this is not medical advice, but some of you may have had a diagnosis and now you're fully healed. You're coming into full healing. Some of you, though, this could be the spirit of a child that's coming through, that's communicating. I've had that. I think I mentioned that in, I've been hearing from this granddaughter of mine, this future granddaughter of mine, for some years now. It's probably been a good 5 years or more that I've been hearing from her. And you know, I have one daughter who's all set with, they got their family, they're not having any more children, but my other daughter just got married and they want to have kids right away. So, you know, these things happen, and they happen to people. I've talked to so many people that aren't as far out as me, as woo-woo as I am. I remember I had a cousin, and she was she named her daughter because she saw this license plate and she felt like that was her daughter's name, like it was the spirit of this soul communicating. And so it could be like that. Maybe they're just waiting to be incarnate for some, but maybe for some it could be, if somebody is pregnant, they might be sending. It's funny I said that those couple stories there, because maybe they are sending you what they want your name to be. It's interesting on that one too. The guides came through. I remember in a channeling session, the guides came through and they said, yeah, we do choose our names, and if the parent doesn't get it, doesn't get the message, or takes a different name, it'll usually, we'll end up with a nickname, or we'll go by our middle name. You know, somehow we'll get, you know, because the word and the sound of your name has all this resonance with it, you know. But also, if you are going through a healing, you know, this is, whatever, Star is not relegated to only discarnate souls at all. The Star is, you know, wider and broader than our own physical being. You know, it's intense, it's big. Well, all these major arcana is big. So you've got the help of these higher guides. Are really, they're working with you so strong, and you've got your full moon. Release this and bring in clear the way for this beautiful abundance with the Empress card here. Okay, let's go over and get your animal totem for our Cancer friends. Animal totem for the month of December of 2023, the final month. The ladybug. Ladybug is really lucky, beneficial. It's so nice that it's with the Empress here, because ladybugs are in the garden. You use them in garden. You can order them from gardening catalogs if you don't have them, because they get rid of all these pests, but so the garden can grow. And that's very much the, the energy here of this Empress energy, so the garden can really grow. Okay, let's go ahead and read what I wrote initially. It says, lucky lady of the garden, harbinger of happiness and joy, rid my life of obstacles that are destructive to my divine right to flourish. Well, there you go. Your full moon, Tower card. Rid my life of obstacles that are destructive to my divine right to flourish. Ow, my neck just popped really loud. Yeah, so this is going to be a powerful full moon. You're going to be ridding your life of these obstacles that for your divine right to flourish, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and get your loss of love. This is going to be for our Cancer for the month of December. Soulmate. So somebody's bringing in a soulmate. You know what? Well, when you bring a child into the world, very often, especially if you're their mother or you're their grandmother or whatever, they're a soulmate. The soulmates aren't just your love interests, okay? Next, we're going to do our yes, no, maybe from the lots of answers. And it says negative. You know what, though? I feel like when I saw that, I feel like for somebody out there, that's going to be a good thing. You want that negative test. It is some kind of a health thing for somebody. And that's exactly the news you want to get. With this Empress here, because Empress is often, to health. So that's not that's specifically for somebody out there. You're going to come back, your tests are going to be clean negative. Okay, next, of course, again, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Talk to your medical professionals. All right, then finally our lots of Proverbs. Once bitten, twice shy. Well, yeah, maybe sometimes if we take this in the context of the rest of the reading, sometimes people don't get that message, Sometimes, especially if you're in that magician mode, you can be like, I'm going to make it happen. God dang it, I'm going to, it's going to force my way and I'm going to make it happen. And sometimes that's when you're better off opening up to a wider spectrum of possibilities, opening up to what the universe possibly wants to show you or has in store for you. And you have to listen to that. If it's not working out, don't keep going back. Once bitten, twice shy, don't do it again. This is forging new trails in co-creation with these higher spiritual cards here. It's really a powerful reading, Cancer. Don't forget about your full moon. Do those full moon rituals. What are you wanting to purge, let go of during that full moon? Because it's going to be super powerful. Also, okay, that's the reading, Cancer. Don't forget about the year ahead. If you want to get in on it, this is going to be your last chance to get in on that reading for the year. Many people have already ordered it. It's very popular. I've been doing a lot of them, and everybody's enjoying them. And so check it out if you're interested. It'll only be available till the end of this month of December, and then in the new year you'll have to wait another year. All right, we're going to move on to the sign of Leo. Hello, Leo. Thanks so much for coming by and tuning into the reading. We're moving into the solstice, and that is a shift in the season for everybody. Even if it's not your sign, which it's not, the solstice is super powerful. It is a turning point. It is a new beginning. In the northern hemisphere, it's the dark of the night, and then the days start getting longer as we move back to the sun. So it's super, super powerful. And it's powerful in the southern hemisphere as well, as you're receding back into the womb of the mother, basically. But, it is a very powerful time. Let's do some cards for our Leo friends. This is going to be for the month of December of 2023. For Leo, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody with prominent Leo. Ooh, starting with the Ten of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Okay, now we're going to pull 3 more cards for our Leo friends from the Hanson Roberts deck. 1, 2, 3 for Leo. 9 of Swords. Wow, some Leos have been through it, huh? 10 of Rods and 9 of Rods. Well, the guides just said there's always a way. There's always a way. if this doesn't resonate, don't forget to watch your sun, rising, and moon. I mean, because this is some pretty heavy-duty stuff. When you get the 9 and 10 of Swords, this is some pretty heavy-duty stuff. So some of you have really been through some kind of big traumatic thing. I feel like for some of you, this is one of these times where it's the first year, there's that empty seat at the table. It's the first year where that person that you loved is not there this time, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be kind of difficult to get through. Not kind of, it's going to be difficult to get through, okay? And you know, you're carrying a heavy load because of this, but you will get through it. And it's just like this one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. This, you know, this has a real weird energy. Usually this means like you're being on guard. You know, you're being on guard. You don't think you can get through it, or you're not trusting in whatever it might be. But this has a real nasty vibe to it. Like a vibe of the way he's looking at it. He just seems like, for some, there might be somebody who kind of takes pleasure in misery, you know, that you're dealing with. But just keep your head high, Leo, and keep prodding on through, because there's some bright lights up here. We do have some bright lights. There's some invitations. Whether these are both, could be invitations from Spirit. It could be your spirit guides trying to come through and show you the silver lining, because there always is a silver lining. If you did lose somebody, it could be that soul trying to come through and show you that they're okay and they want you to go on with life and they're better now. For somebody out there, they're saying, I'm better now, I'm better now. So it was somebody that was suffered a lot at the end of their days on Earth. They're better now. But this could also be some social invitations, because sometimes when we get in these moods, we tend to isolate and just crawl under the covers and not want to come out, which is not a Leo thing usually. That's usually not the Leo way. But it's saying that there's opportunities to go out and be around people, and believe it or not, even if you just don't feel like it at all, it's going to be better. It's going to be brighter, the guys are saying. It's going to be brighter. I know this was a heavy reading, Leo. So again, just check your sun, rising, and moon, because it's not going to apply to everybody. But, you know, like I said, I think it was last month, you know, I don't take there's readers out there. You'll see them. This tarot deck is a thick deck of cards. It's 78 cards. And there's readers out there that'll pull, you can see the deck's much thinner, because and you'll never see a sword, you'll never see, you know, quote unquote, the bad card. They've pulled them all out of there. And I don't do that. You know, I leave all the cards in the deck, because it's all part of our life experience here. It's not a complete reading if you don't use all the cards, at least to my estimation. But let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Leos. The peacock. So spread your wings. See, peacock is, that is Leo energy. You guys are, you know, the guide said, put your best dress on. So there's something, you know, this time of year, people, you know, I am so far so good, but I mean, I get into a funk. My brother, his birthday was in December. Both of our birthdays in December. So we used to celebrate the whole month of December. It was just us, you know, celebrating our birthdays. And then he died on New Year's Day. So this time of year for me really brings up, I've gotten here, you know. So far I'm okay. But I've gone into this place because it's birthday time, and then it's the day he died, you know, and it can bring up, and a lot of people get in this, you know, people, oh, the holidays, and we're supposed to be so happy, but a lot of people, and don't overburden yourself, and don't overstress yourself. A lot of people, it's hard to get through. But anyways, shine that light, be that. I love that this peacock card came up, because again, this is so you, Leo. Flamboyant, elegant, proud, sacred, death, resurrection, immortality. The phoenix rises, adding color to your personal style. The spotlight is on you, strut your stuff. But that color to your personal style, I feel like, you know, you don't have to walk around. It's like the widow who walks around in black, or Scarlet O'Hara, was it, right? And she's supposed to be wearing black, and she puts on her red dress or whatever, her blue dress, and she, you know, you know, and if anybody was a fictional character, if I had to pick a sign of what Scarlet O'Hara was, I would definitely feel like she's a Leo too. It's like totally your energy. So don't allow yourself to get down in the dumps for so long. You feel those feelings, let them go. You'll get through this, and then you're going to shine like your peacock self. you've got more than one social things to go to. I feel like you should try to attend. You know, you could always say, well, listen, I'll go in, I'll stay. I always, with me, it's like, I go see my friends' bands, and I'll say, yeah, I'll stay for a couple songs. You know, stay for 2 or 3 songs. That's how I always do it. But you can just say, I'm going to stay for a half hour and see how it goes. And I think then for you, your real Leo energy is going to come out, and you're going to feel, get in that joyous spirit that's so ingrained in you and so part of you, Leo. Okay. For the lots of love, we've got reunite. I still want to tie that back to somebody who's passed on, They were reunited with some other loved ones over there on the other side. And you'll be reunited someday too, the guides just said. Well, let's get the lots of answers. It says likely. So looking good, likely. And then finally, we're going to get our lots of proverb. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. I get that. I remember I felt like there was this nasty person over here. And I don't think I've ever got that off of this card, but I'm picking up there's just somebody who takes pleasure in not only your misery, but just causing like a Grinch. Not the Grinch, what's that other guy? Scrooge. A Scrooge, or maybe a Grinch too. But I feel like they even go as far as doing this kind of stuff. These tangled webs, they'll tell lies, they'll do whatever they want, maybe they're even telling lies about you. Don't engage in that low vibrational energy, Leo, if any of you are enmeshed in anything like that. I mean, oh, what a tangled web, that could be directly like don't tell lies, but I feel there is this other person here. And they're trying to impede you, and they're trying to make it hard on you. There's vengeance and jealousy coming off of this. And again, I never see that on this card before. You're ruled by the sun. All you have to do is shine your light so bright that it's going to diminish any of this lower vibrational thing. And it's going to elevate you to a different timeline, but also just by osmosis in your aura. And, spreading that light, because you do that so well, Leo. That's what you are. You're so gregarious. You're so fun and gregarious. Everybody gets down, from time to time, but you'll bounce back. And by not sitting here dwelling on whatever this tangled web liar person is doing, this vengeful, whatever it is, and going out there and having a few laughs, being around people, that's going to be very healing for many of you, okay? Okay, Leos, well, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, this was a pretty heavy reading, so check your sun, rising, moon. Don't just stay with this one. But for some people, they did need to hear this. And again, don't forget about your year ahead, where we can dive in and look at specifically what's going on for you in the upcoming year. The most popular reading of the year, only available for a little bit more time in December, it'll be gone. So if you want to get in on it, this is your last chance. Have the best month of December, best holiday season. Get out there and socialize, Leo, and we'll talk again soon. Hello, Virgo. Thanks for joining me for your December of 2023 Psychic Tarot reading. This is going to be a reading for Virgo sun sign, rising moon, or anybody who has prominent Virgo placements in their charts. The solstice is a big event that is coming up this month, and it's going to be, of course, on the 21st. It's always a change of seasons. It's a change of directions in the collective. There's going to be a Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is your ruling planet. So sometimes you may feel this a little bit more than others. It's going to be starting on the 13th and continuing all the rest of the month. So get any important communication things done before that. But this is for our Virgos for December 2023. Magician. Boy, that Magician has been out. Justice and Nine of Pentacles. Wow, nice cards there, Virgo. Next, we're going to do 3 more cards from the Hanson Roberts for our Virgo friends. This is December 2023. December 2023. 1, 2, and 3. 4 of Rods. 2 of Cups. And a Knight of Rods. Well, some of you are definitely in for some romance, but first let's look at this top row, because, Magician is this, we're taking action, we're going forward with something, we're going to be making some big move or some big, lunge forward, and you may be signing a contract that could be quite lucrative for many of you, with this Nine of Pentacles right after it. You've got the Justice card, so that could be some kind of a legal thing going on. Some of you may be awarded a settlement. You know, some of you maybe had already taken the action, or maybe the case was stalled or delayed and now it's moving forward, and you may be awarded a settlement. But this legal thing is very lucrative. That's the term that the guys want to use. It's very lucrative. For some of you, when you have the Ace of, the Magician, who's like a 1, like an ace, and the Knight of Pentacles, this could be some kind of solo thing, entrepreneur, job thing, something like this, where you have your own business. And it could be very lucrative. They keep wanting me to say that word, lucrative, lucrative. So it's going to be lucrative, Virgo. Moving down here, I mean, this one can tie in here. Some of you might be purchasing property. That's what this can be too. Or again, this could be a home-based business. But when you line it up with this Two of Cups here, this is usually a big-time love card. This is it's the marriage card sometimes. I use the Ten of Cups as a marriage card, but this is, to me, moving in that direction, you know, getting more serious, moving in together. Some of you are going to take a trip somewhere in maybe Europe, where they have these big castles and things. Somebody's going to actually be going to somewhere in Europe, or Romania or Tasmania or something, of all places. But and maybe there's even a river running along it. There's definitely some major soulmate energy, and it's clear that it's going to be with this Knight of Rods. The Knight of Rods is a fire sign energy, which is a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Now we are going to be in the fire sign of Sagittarius all the way from the beginning of the month all the way up to the solstice on the 21st. So that could be, you know, the first few weeks. But also, here's another thing. There's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius on the 12th. So that could even be, and we've got a 1 and a 2 here, like 12. So that could even be a very powerful time for meeting with people on a soulmate level. Now, soulmates are not always just your romance. They're definitely, but in this case, it probably is. But, I mean, there's some business cards and stuff going on up here, too. So it could be some kind of a business deal for some people. Some kind of, but it's a powerful and strong connection. And, you know what I do, and there's no gender in these readings, but the face, their face is very, it just feels loving. You know, I'm getting this loving vibe coming from the face, looking upon this soulmate energy and really wanting that connection, really wanting that love energy there. Let's go ahead and get an animal totem card now for our Virgo friends for the month of December. The swan. Something is really blooming into something beautiful. It may have started out awkward or weird, you know, like the ugly duckling, but now it's come into full bloom. And when I see the swan and I see these cards here, it's like something has really come into full bloom. It's really blossoming. There's a lot of love energy around you. The swans mate for life, too. That's a thing of these swans. That's one of their characteristics. Let's read the card. Graceful, beauty, loyal partner and friend, recognizing the divine within us all, transformation, emergence of the true being, loving yourself at all stages. Yeah, this really feels like a time of reaping a lot of rewards for you, Virgo. And things, you know, the guides are coming through with long cherished goals are coming true at this time. So there's going to be a lot of peace and happiness and love. That's the overall contentment. There's a lot of contentment here. So maybe you can ease off on, you know, on that ace, the magician there, that you're always busting your butt there, Virgo. You're going to reach some kind of thing here, and it's just like, okay, now we can enjoy. We're going to enjoy our time together. Let's get the first love, lots of love. It says user. So somebody you have dealt with may have been a user. Certainly not this person, I'll tell you that, because they seem very, very loving. Maybe somebody you dealt with in the past. Maybe that's why there might be some reluctancy. But you know, I want to say, I just looked down and this lion grabbed me on here. So many of you might be dealing with a Leo, even though I was pointing out all the Sagittarius timings. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo. Okay, let's go ahead and get the lots of answer. It says seemingly, so that's good. And then finally, the lot of proverb. Lots of proverbs. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. I feel like some of you may have really been hurt by somebody, ouch, with this user thing here. And, you know, maybe you don't even know that you're beautiful. I don't. I mean, I didn't when I was younger. I remember we were just talking about this, and looking at these old pictures of myself, and I said, God, I was so beautiful, but I had no clue. I had no clue. Well, a lot of it was because the paradigm when I was coming up was the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, all the, it was Cheryl Tiegs and, these different models were, the California girl, the blonde-haired, blue-eye, and I just thought, well, that's not me, But now, the spectrum has widened, in all ways. You don't have to be super skinny, all things are beautiful. So it could have been somebody who that was just using you and didn't see your beauty, but this person, they see your beauty, they definitely see your beauty. And it's not just about your physical appearance, that kind of beauty. It's about the beauty in your heart and the beauty in your soul. And they really appreciate you and love you. Some of you might be going home, and it could be just your family for some, but for more, I think there's some romance brewing around here for many Virgos. So I'm happy for you, Virgo. I'm glad that that's going to seemingly work out for you. Hey, Virgos, don't forget about the animal, not the animal totem, but the year ahead reading. If you want to get in on this, it's going to be your last chance to get in on the 2023 at the end of December. It'll be gone forever until next year. So if you were thinking about ordering it, don't forget to get in on it. Have a great month of December. And next we're going to move on to the sign of Libra. Well, Libras, you've been through it with the eclipses in your sign. And here's another thing about you guys, Libra, is because you are a cardinal sign, okay? So all the cardinal signs are, everybody's affected by the solstice. And the cardinal ingress is what they're actually called. Let me grab that little astrology wheel and give a little better explanation. So there's 4 cardinal signs. There's you, Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer, right? So then when the sun moves into one of the cardinal signs, that's when we have our change of seasons. And it's a turning point for everyone. You being one of the cardinal signs, now we're moving into Capricorn, so it's making a square to your sign. You will feel this. You'll feel this, and you're being called to change, and you're being called to transform anyway because of the whole nodal thing and the eclipse thing. So I know Libras, you really like your life like in balance and everything, but there could be a lot of twists and turns and turning of corners and different things happening for our Libras. All right, let's get 3 cards for our Libras for the month of December. We've got the Knight of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and finally the Magician. I mean, that Magician, I don't know, it's been on in many readings so far. So, I mean, it could just be, with the new year coming up or the solstice, many people are like, they're setting their course for, the next phase or the upcoming year at this time as the old year is winding down or winding up. Okay, let's get 3 cards more for Libras. We've got the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Well, it's so interesting to me that you've got such a dichotomy here. You've got the 5 of Pentacles, which is the poverty consciousness card, or the poverty card, and follow it in the same row, aligning with this 10 of Pentacles. So that is like the big money card, the card of wealth and abundance and generational wealth and all these kinds of things. So it's real interesting that there's this huge, polar opposites. So there's definitely something changing here. There's a water sign energy showing up, and this could be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or Pisces. It could also be talking about that Cancer full moon, and we've got that moon energy over here, that full moon energy here. So something could really, the turn or the change could really happen maybe around this time of the 26th here. And by the way, we will be in Capricorn, we will be in Earth sign time, that's my birthday. And we will be in Capricorn time. We will be in Earth sign time. So for many, that date of the 26th could be really pivotal. Well, I mean, it's right after the solstice, too. And it's going to be making squares to your Libra energy, making things happen. This could also be, definitely, it feels like a person. Well, they both could be people. But this could also be something maybe we started in the last water sign time, sun sign, which that would have been back in Scorpio time. So perhaps back in November. Feeling maybe it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, things weren't going to get off the ground, but there's a renewed interest. Something is becoming reinvigorated that maybe was kind of, you felt down, well, it's a no-go. It's not happening. They passed, or they're not going to hire me, or I'm not going to get the loan, I'm not going to get the endorsement. You know, feeling down in dumps about this. But something similar, you know, it could be a completely different thing when you've got this Eight of Cups, because you're moving on from something that you spent time trying to build, and you're moving towards something else. But the thing you're moving towards, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Now, there's no gender in here, but for some of you, you may be dealing with an earth sign person, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or which could be talking about after we move into Capricorn, which is, of course, the solstice. We move from the solstice, then we're into Capricorn time, so it could be like that time frame. Whatever the case, huge changes, and it has to, a lot of it has to do around prosperity, abundance, money, but also it is your own self-worth, you could even say, or your own belief in yourself, or your own. But this is also not only the belief in yourself, but it's getting that feedback, or getting that recognition from the outside world also. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Libra friends, the cat energy. Okay. The cat is very much an independent person. The cat doesn't care what anybody thinks about them. That's the first thing I get. And they don't care. You know, they're sovereign unto themselves. They don't care what anybody else thinks about them. Stealth huntress of the night. Ancient intelligence. Familiar of the goddess. Waiting patiently for the time to act. Being flexible. Yeah, this is the time to act. You're going to know. And it might even be around, again, this full moon in Cancer. Because the Magician is very much a card of action. And this is too. This is taking it upon yourself. And this could be too. If people are always like negative to you, or putting you down, or draining your energy, you know, you might be just like, you know what, I don't need this. I don't need this. And you're going to be, this is very much you being independent. Okay, let's go ahead and get the lots of love for Libras. It says sincere. So something is, whatever is being offered here, whether it's love or a business proposition, it's sincere. You can believe it. Okay, let's get the lots of answers. It says eventually. So, yeah, this is only the start. But I mean, with the Ten of Pentacles, it sure looks like, you know, it could be pretty happening kind of fast. For some, too, this is like a family business here. Or maybe it's your own family, but you might also be just getting involved with a situation that's been handed down from family, you know, generation to generation. Lots of proverb for Libra. Jealousy is the green-eyed monster. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes we get jealous, we all do, or envious, because they have something that we don't, and we feel like we're in luck because we can't have that. Well, maybe that thing is just not meant for you. You know, that's often the case. When you're struggling for something, it's just not meant for you. Then you're going to have to say, well, what is meant for me? Follow that spark, follow that interest, follow that, you know, what brings you joy. Like Abraham Hicks is always saying, you know, you got to, it's real easy to figure out what you're supposed to be doing in this life. You just follow what brings you that joy and what lights your spark up. And it does seem to be like a lot of financial gains attached to it too, also, Libra. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, Libras. Now, you're another one in the upcoming year. There's going to be more astrology. There's going to be more eclipses in your chart. If you want to get the year ahead, we would go over that, and then we'd also do the psychic tarot reading. I know many of you are ordering already, but it is going to be available for a limited time, so if you did want to get in on it, this is the last month to do so. All right, then next we're going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, you know, nothing big really happening in your sign exactly, you know, but you're just coming out of your Scorpio season and everything in the last couple of months. When we were in late October into November, you know, we had a lot of Scorpio energy, and you're just coming off a couple years of having eclipses in your sign, you know, so, you know, you're always doing, you know, Scorpios, you're always doing that transformative work, though. We know that about you. That's just par for the course for Scorpios, right? Okay, let's go ahead and get some shuffle going, and we're going to ask, what is the 3 cards for our Scorpios for the month of December? 9 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and Judgment. Okay, yeah, some big karmic cycle is coming to an end for many Scorpios. Okay, now we're going to get 3 cards for our Scorpios, 3 more cards. We've got 1, 2, and 3. We've got the 4 of Rods. Somebody else had that in that exact same spot too. Wow, the Tower. And finally, the Empress. Wow. This is a powerful reading you've got here, Scorpio. I mean, well, we could expect nothing less, I suppose, right? I mean, there's some beautiful cards here. And we've got the Judgment, and we've got the Empress, and these are the major arcana. So that, you know, you're coming to a point of flourishing here and good things. But there's, I mean, I'm hearing the word traverse. There's more things to traverse. And, you know, there's things that have been keeping you up at night. The Nine of Swords is we're kept up at night, we're upset, we're worrying about it, we're crying. That's about to change. This is maybe some of you might be moving, actually moving. With the 4 of Rods and this Journey card, this could be you're actually moving to a new location or new home. But this is more symbolic of coming out of this turbulent water and moving into the smoother sailing. And you've got this Judgment card here. And the Judgment card is very much a card of completion of a karmic cycle. So there was suffering and stress that went along with it, but you've reached this point. And I always look at what is the Judgment card, what does the horn point to? And it's pointing right down here at the Empress card. The Empress is that card of being in abundance, being of good health, thriving, fruitfulness, harvest time. You know, it's very much a beautiful, beautiful card. It's showing next to the Tower, though. So there could be some big shift that comes. I'm feeling for some there's going to be some big secret that comes out. Because, you know, Scorpios, a lot of times you'll just take it. You'll just take it. You know, they'll blame you and it was all Scorpio's fault and da da da. And a lot of times Scorpio's just like, you know what, I know the truth. I'm not going to get involved in this petty BS. You know, I'm not going to roll around in the mud and with the swine here and get involved in all this drama and everything. Yeah, they said it's going to come out. Some things are going to come out in the wash. And if you stay in your integrity, it's all going to come out in the wash anyway. And everyone will see. The guides are saying everyone will see that you were truly, you know, by staying in your dignity, by staying in the eagle energy of the Scorpion energy. Not the low-end Scorpion, because you could dive in there. You know, we're human. We all can go there. It's part of the human condition, right? But by just staying in that goddess energy, all we'll see is that's what I'm hearing. And here's another thing, you know, this Tower does have that full moon on it, and we're going to have that full moon in your sister sign on the 26th here. So I'm feeling like something could really come out. There's gonna be a big change, and you're gonna be sitting there beautifully with your Empress energy in your happy home environment, in your peace. It's surrounded by peace. This is needed. This Tower energy is needed to clear the way for you to be in this state of this beautiful manifestation, this beautiful peaceful state that you're striving for. There's been karmic relationships that have cluttered up, and I really feel like there's been things said and done about Scorpio, like, you know, that's just not true. So, you know, I'm going back to that Obama, you know, when they go low, you go high. And who goes higher than the eagle? And the eagle is the highest expression of the Scorpion energy. Fly on away like an eagle. Fly to the sun. It's way higher than that. It's a metal tune. I think it's Iron Maiden, maybe. Fly on the way to an eagle. Maybe Dio did it, I don't know. But yeah, that song is coming through. If you've never seen my videos, the guides, they do send me songs, but they're pertinent and they're relevant. Fly like an eagle to the sun. That's right, Scorpio, because you're going to burn away all that stuff. It's like, isn't that Icarus? All that stuff just burns away. You know, you soar so high that all the gossip and all the accusations and all the lies and all the BS just can't touch you. Can't touch this. Anyways, the dolphin. So talk about high vibe and energy. Dolphin is super high vibe and energy, like way, way beyond. You've got this whole section is pulling you, and the dolphin, and in the light, the dolphin sees the Empress in you. The dolphin sees you. You know, you can align with that energy. And dolphin is way, they have complex language and stuff that we can't even we can't even comprehend. So there's incarnates of all levels on this earth. There's some that are very much just meat, meat, sports, fight, war. You know, there's some that are very much in that lower vibration. And then there's many who are not. And many people, I think, who tune into my readings are not, or at least we're striving. We're striving to go to that higher realm, right? So this dolphin energy can help you connect with that higher kind of energy. Optimistic or optimist, clairaudient, spirit guide, starseed, joyous interactions of fun and play, sexuality, caring for those less fortunate, embracing your personal freedom, respecting others' choices. Yeah, well, they can choose to play junior high games and be silly head games and whatever they want to do. And you don't have to participate. This is one game that you don't want a participation trophy in, Scorpio. All right, let's get the lots of love for our Scorps. Player. Well, some of you are dealing with the player. Some of you, that could be the truth that comes out. You may find out something. And if that's the case, you're not going to go pulling your earrings out and going after their partner, right? You're going to be like, well, thanks for showing me that, universe. Now on to better, bigger, and better things, right? Okay, next we're going to have our lots of answers. It's a no. Well, this is a no. If it's a no, trust that the universe, if it's something that you really wanted, it's a no. Trust that there's a bigger plan, there's a bigger picture unfolding that maybe you can't even see from our perspective. That's always going on, right? And then finally, the lots of proverbs for Scorpio. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Yeah. I keep getting this feeling of these lies and deceits and things being twisted around and, so there may be a modicum of truth in whatever is going around about you, but it's not the whole thing. And the whole thing is definitely going to come out. And even if that's not, you don't relate to that, whatever you're upset about, something's going to be revealed this is a clearing of the air. This tower is a clearing of the air so that you can flourish in this beautiful dolphin empress energy, and you can be in this higher realm. And this stuff matters not, is what the guide said. It matters not. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Scorpio, don't forget that this is the last chance to get in on the year ahead reading. It's very affordable. I offer it once a year. It looks at the astrology, and it looks at the tarot, a psychic tarot reading. Many people order every year. I've been busy. I'm loving it. I'm loving doing them. And maybe I'd love to do yours. If you would like to find out, you can go to my website to find more details. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Sagittarius. Well, happy birthday, Sagittarius, everybody. This is your solar return. This is your birthday. This is the more powerful time than January 1st to really get in there and do those manifestations. Instead of doing what do they call that, New Year's resolution, emphasizing what you don't want in your life. Emphasize what you do want in your life, what you want to create for the upcoming year, what you want to manifest, where your head. And if you want, I have the year ahead astrology reading, the little PDF astrology chart thing, report, which is cool. There's like 60, 70 pages. It's really in depth of every astrology thing. But I also have that astrology, the painting class. And my birthday's coming up on the 26th. I'm this month too. I'm Sag Moon with you guys. But I do it every year now. And if you wanted to do it, it's layers upon layers. And you're writing down your manifestation. You're putting down what you want to let go of. And each layer is another layer of manifestation. And you don't necessarily have to be an artist. You don't have to draw it all if you don't want to. You could just do it all with words and text and there's a lot of words and text in it. And I've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's very powerful, and I will be doing it again this year as well. And if you get it, once you get it, you can do it again. You don't have to buy it every year. You have it. You can do it every year, and then you write on the back of it what you're trying, and it's interesting to look back and see, well, did I manifest that, or how far have I come? It's a really good tool for spiritual growth and development anyhow. And of course the year ahead reading. But anyways, let's get into the cards for our Sagittarians, and happy birthday. You're going to have your one and only new moon this month too, which is going to be on the 12th. It'll be a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, in your sign. Very close to the galactic center, so really powerful one. We've got Justice, 9 of Rods, and the, I was going to say Knight of Rods. I was going to say Page of Rods, but it's the Knight of Rods. Oops. Okay, let's get 3 cards for our Sagittarians. We've got the Magician. The Magician has been out like crazy. 7 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. I almost said the Queen of Cups is you, but I get a strong vibe that it's a Scorpio, as I know we're doing Sagittarius, but I felt really strong, oh, there's the Scorpio. But it could be any of the water signs. Well, you know, we got the Magician down here, and he's another one when he's a pointer. So what's he pointing at? He's pointing right up here at the Justice card. So something that you're going to take action towards, and justice will be done. I feel like you're beginning to maybe lose, you have your doubts, okay? You have your doubts, you're not sure, you're feeling like, I don't know if this thing's ever going to manifest or ever going to come to fruition. Well, there's a lot, you're going to make a lot of progress, and there's a lot happening this month for you, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's not right around that new moon of yours. Just keep visualizing the most positive outcome. You know, just keep using that 7 of Cups energy, just keep visualizing, creating, because this is you. Regardless of gender, we don't use gender in these readings. This is you, the Knight of Rods. So you are the Knight of Rods. The guides just said you're setting out on a journey. So many of you are setting out on a journey, and it could be an actual journey where you're going to go on a trip, but it could just be, it's the journey of life. And it's a chapter of life. Because when you have your solar return, when you have your sun come back to your sign, or your new moon, once every year, you've completed a big cycle. A big cycle is completed, and then you're moving on to this next leg of the journey always. You know, this big dream is coming through. Yes, keep working on it, keep trying to manifest it, but I do feel like this water sign person is going to be really key. Some of you have been trying to maybe go it alone, but you're going to, this water sign person's energy is going to be really powerful and positive, coming in to help create and manifest whatever this big dream is. The guide said they're an intricate part of the puzzle, so they are. Because it's water sign energy, we might be looking at that full moon in Cancer on the 26th, on my birthday. There's going to be a full moon in the water sign of Cancer, so we might be looking around that time frame, but that wouldn't be true for everybody. Again, this could just be a water sign person, a Scorpio, a Cancer, a Pisces, and not have anything to do with the actual timing. But where you've gone, I want to say you've kind of gone as far as you're going to go on your own, maybe. And now you're going to have this influx of this help, of this partnership, and it's much welcome and much needed. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Sagittarius friends. This is going to be for the month of December. For Sagittarius, you've got the bee. So bee is working, very busy, working a lot, but this could also be, when you get bee, of course, the birds and the bees, right? Sexuality, reproductive stuff, and, you know, you might be doing some, this could be a romance, you know, there could be, but I get the feeling like really busy. Like you're really busy, you're working hard, and you even need the influx of the help from this other person. Fertility, abundance, creativity, propagation, strong connections to home and family, accomplishing tasks in a timely manner, tasting the sweet nectar of life. Yeah, I love that. You know, flourishing too. You know, the flowers are blooming. For some of you, because it's this full moon in Cancer, what you're starting now, you may not see it come into full abundance until we get into the, well, in the northern hemisphere, the summer months of, you know, like Cancer time of late June and July for some. All right, let's go ahead and get our lots of love for our Cancers. Shy. This person could be shy. That's not uncommon for water sign people. Most water sign people are kind of shy and reserved. You know, they're more introverted. Okay, let's go ahead. Next, we're going to get our lots of answer. It says cloudy. And I heard that. I heard cloudy with a chance of meatballs. But there's clouds in here too. And this Seven of Cups can give, that can be, some people interpret it that way. I usually don't, but it can be like this, things are convoluted or you can't make up your mind. But here the Emperor, the Magician, I should say, you know, you have made up your mind. You are forging forward. You are moving to that next reality, that next phase. You know, you're going to choose one and then you're going to go with it. Or maybe it just hasn't, it's cloudy because it hasn't come into full manifestation or fruition yet. Next we're going to get the thing, the lots of proverb, and it says better safe than sorry. Well, yeah, better safe than sorry. Maybe a second set of eyes or a second set of ears, you know. If you're doing something audible, you might want to have somebody, or you're going to give a speech or something like that, or you're going to present your case and testify in court or do something. You know, maybe bounce it off that second person just to get their feedback could be very helpful instead of thinking that you're just going to do everything on your own. There's definitely, you know, there's this thing of doing it on your own, but there's a very, very strong correlation to collaboration going on here. So they're asking you to be cooperative and collaborative with other people at this time. All right, well, Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in again. Thanks. Have that happy birthday. Don't forget about your solar return. Don't forget about the year ahead and maybe some of the other things that I offer. This is a powerful time of manifestation, and the year ahead reading is a very powerful look at the upcoming year ahead for everyone. All right, next we're going to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Happy birthday, Capricorns, you late December Capricorns like me. You know, this is the solstice, the 21st every year. That is where the sun moves into your sign. That's always going to be very powerful for our, you know, our Capricorns. This is when that sun, the solstice is when the sun moves 0 degree into your sign. It's a big change of, it's a change of season, and it's a big shift for everyone, but it's really a big, you know, for you it's super, super powerful. Even if you're a January Capricorn and your birthday isn't around this time, when that sun moves in there and that season shifts, this is a very powerful time for manifestation. So really be aware of where your head is at. Try to get in the space of creating, you know, positive outcomes. And then your solar return too, which is your birthday, another really powerful time. You know, my birthday's on the 26th, and I have that class, that painting class that you could get if you want to, and I do it myself every year. And it's really a great way of expressing in a physical reality what you're trying to manifest. You put it down with well, pen and ink. You could do it pen and ink, but it's paints, you know, and it's layers upon layers of what you're releasing, what you're painting over and painting over, and you're creating a reality with it. It's super powerful, and you don't have to be an artist to do it, and you don't even have to draw images if you don't want to. You could do it all with words and text, you know. So check that out if you're interested. Okay, and I have the year ahead astrology report too, which is really, really affordable. That goes over all your astrology for the year, and I always run mine at this time of year too, at my birthday. And of course the year ahead reading. But let's get 3 cards for our Capricorn friends. I wanted to put these on top, so I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. I've been doing it the other way for the other signs, but for some reason I wanted to do that one first for you. Page of Pentacles, Wish card, nice, and Judgment, nice. Wow, powerful cards you've got there, Capricorn. All right, let's do a little shuffle here and get into the bottom 3, which is going to be 3 more for our Capricorns. Ace of Pentacles, Hermit, and the Queen of Rods. Wow, okay. Well, there's definitely some financial positive things happening for you, Capricorn, and I know you like to hear that. News is coming in the time of Earth. So that's, again, after we move into the Earth sign. But it's starting down here as well. I mean, you've got the Sag energy, too. So we've got Fire, Earth. So that's Sagittarius, Capricorn. We'll be in Sagittarius up until the solstice on the 21st. Then we move into Capricorn. So we're in Fire, and then we move into Earth. So both are present, both are here. But this is something that you definitely have wanted. This is your wish coming true. This is something you've absolutely been pining for, I want to say. It's an opportunity you've been working for, you've been pining for. And it's funny that that peacock feather is really standing out to me. And then that peacock totem, That is that strutting your stuff, showing the world who you are, being proud. Proud as a peacock. We've all heard that, right? But being proud of your accomplishments. This is some big karmic cycle. This, again, this tells us that you've been working on this for a very long time. This isn't just some whim that just popped up out of anywhere. And that's the Capricorn nature, to keep climbing that mountain. This is something you've been climbing towards, and you've reached it. And the suffering is over, they're saying. The suffering is over, and now you may enjoy the attainment. That's what the guys are coming through with. There is some kind of a new money. Now with this Hermit, that can just be saying, yes, again, you've been waiting a long time for this. That could be reiterating that. And you've got a 9 in the wish card, the 9 of Cups, and you've got a 9 in the Hermit. So it could be 9 months, 9 years. 9 months is that human gestation period and everything. But you've got this Ace of Pentacles here. It could be, when you get something like this, sometimes this is seeking wise counsel. So if there is any kind of, maybe you're going to have to sign a contract, or if it's some kind of, you may want to talk it over with somebody who knows more than you. Believe it or not, Capricorn, there are people out there that know more than you. I know that's harsh, and I've always, I seek advice when I want to be sure and I want to be careful. But then that person may be here, this Queen of Rods. Now, no gender, so just a fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, Sag. Might be something popping up here around that Sagittarius new moon on the 12th, because that's going to be that fire sign energy. But they may be the wise counsel that you want to convene with, or get the answers for, or talk to before proceeding. But overall, I mean, it looks like a wonderful opportunity. Again, it just looks like something that you've really been working hard for a long time. And I know Capricorns, we all do that. We work hard, don't we? Nobody could ever say a Capricorn doesn't work hard. All right, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Capricorn for December. We've got the deer. So the deer is always that gentle nature. I feel like that's connected to this person. So they might be more of a Sagittarius, because of the 3 fire signs, the Sag is the more gentle, I would say, gentle in nature. They're all pretty fiery, but, Leos are not, I wouldn't put deer with Leo or Aries energy. I'd put it with Sagittarius, if anything. But it could also just be representing you. Okay, gentle, peaceful, sensitive soul. Loving persuasion realizes desires. Pay attention to your surroundings, ready to act in an instant. Quiet introspect, reveal the answers you seek. Quiet introspect. So that's that Hermit energy too. So take your time and think it over, but I feel like for many of you, this is, wow, this is something you've been, with that wish card, you just got to know that it's something that you've been really wanting. Okay. And when I said that, and I saw the judgment, but in a bigger way, so it's gonna probably exceed your own expectations there, Cappy. Let's get your lots of love for our Capricorns. And you got devoted. Yeah, so, I mean, this could be a love interest that you're devoted. Dear, I get that devotion, that don't give me those doe-eyed, deer-eyed things, that devoted look. But this could just be like everything I was just saying, how you've been so devoted to this project or whatever. Okay, next we're going to do the lots of answers. It says iffy. So I'm not really sure that you can interpret that. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't see how it applies to the spread. But that could be a message out there for somebody. Okay, finally, the lots of proverb. I had one and I dropped it. Here's another one. Love is blind. Okay. Well, love is blind. It means it could be a good thing, because love is blind. You don't see the other person's warts and problems and bad things, but love is blind can also be, don't overlook something. Take a good look at it. Do your research. You might be so in love with this idea even that you might overlook something. That Hermit is really strong and an important part of this spread for you, Capricorns. Well, hey, Cappies, again, happy birthday. I'm a 26th. I'm going to have the full moon on my birthday this year. Do those manifestations around the solstice and your actual birthday, your solar return. Don't forget about the year ahead reading, which is a reading that looks into the astrology for the upcoming year, and it's also a psychic tarot reading. I know many have ordered already, and thank you for your support on that. If you want to get in on it, you have the last of this month to do it. Okay, next let's move on to the sign of Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, your birthday's going to be right around the corner. Next month we'll be talking about your solar return into January and February. But right now, we're just going to look at the cards. I mean, there's a Mercury retrograde, the solstice. These are all points that are points for everybody. It's not just, it doesn't have to be just in your sign. Okay, so we've got the World. Wow, way to kick it off, Aquarius. The World and two of Swords and the Devil. Okay, next we're going to do 3 more cards for our Aquarius friends. And we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. The 8 of Rods, the Page, or Knight of Pentacles, I should say, and the Hermit. We have the Hermit in the last one, too. So that's always, you know, looking into that wise advice. It can be. You got the World as the very first card out, so something huge is opening up to you. You've been in bondage to something that you've been wanting to get out of. You feel weighed down, you feel heavy perhaps, and a decision is made. You know, for some of you, it could be your decision. You're just like, you know what, in the new year, I am not doing this anymore. But it feels more like you've been waiting for some outside person to make this decision. Like you've been waiting, somebody else is making this decision. And when they do, and it's probably going to be in the sign of when we get to Capricorn after the solstice, so after the 21st, you could get the news, and it just comes around the Capricorn time, on the solstice or beyond, you know, towards the end of the month. It's the World. It's all you ever wanted and more. And the word surpass is really, really standing out to me on this one. So I think you've been wanting, you know, it's going to even surpass. Like for some people, they're going to maybe offer you a higher salary. If it's a job, they're going to offer you a higher salary than you even thought. You know, you might be going and expecting it's a lot more. Other ones, they may be, I'm getting like maybe you try. This happened to me years ago. I was an animator, a flash animator, and I went to go get a job as a flash animator. I used to do a lot of these tutorials, flash animation, you know, animated tutorials, before video was really viable on the internet, you know. And so I went in for this job, and I was just like, yeah, I'm going here for the flash animation job. And they said, well, we'd like to offer you the art director job. They came back with. And I was stunned at first. I was like, oh my God, I've never been an art director. But then I started thinking about it. It's like, I've done, how many of these DIY, you know, tutorials? I've done dozens of them. I know them in and out. I'm qualified to be the art director, you know. So it feels like it's something like that. Like you're shooting for one thing, and they say, hey, why you want this job instead, or you want this opportunity, or you know, maybe you're looking with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe you're looking for some sort of investor, and you're just wanting so much money, and they're like, I love the project so much, I'm going to fund the whole thing. You know, it's way beyond what you're hoping for. So this is some great news for you, Aquarius. Looks positive, so great. Okay, let's go ahead and get to lots of love. Oh, wait, first animal totem. I almost skipped the animal totem for you guys. Can't do that. All right, let's get our animal totem for our Aquarius friends for the month of December of 2023. Aquarius, the spider. You know, the spider is akin to Wheel of Fortune. So it's this destiny. And the spider with the Hermit is interesting too, because the spider weaves, you know, puts its web out there, and that's it. And then it waits. It doesn't keep, you know, checking the web to see if there's a bug in there or this and that. You know, it's not worried or fretting. It's just like, okay, I know I've made my web. I know I've done a great presentation. I know I've, you know, put my resume out there, or my grant proposal, or whatever it might be. And they're just waiting. And then the decision is made, and then the spider gets what it wants. But spider's also fate and destiny, and spider's also the written word, because it's the runic alphabet that came through Odin. Okay, weaver of fate, creator of life, patient builder of sacred geometry, transcending time and space, all are joined in the wheel of life. Yeah, all are joined. Somebody out there is looking for exactly who you are. You are perfect to fit the bill. They're excited about what you're doing. They want to participate. They want to help you out. And I just heard one hand washes the other. You know, it's not just a thing of they're helping you. You're bringing that expertise, that skill, that experience, whatever, that divine spark to the situation. The thing is paused. So there may be some waiting, or maybe, again, maybe you've been waiting a while already. You know, that could be. Got the Hermit, the Spider, and Pause. These are all like we're waiting. You know, there's a delay. Okay. Next we have the Lots of Answers, and it's a definitely. So you're definitely getting what you're striving for this month. And then finally, we're going to get the Lots of Proverb. A stitch in time saves 9. Well, that's just, you know, do it right the first time. You know, make sure all your T's are crossed and I's are dotted and that kind of thing. You know, do it right the first time. Maybe, again, I said this in one of the other readings, have somebody else look it over, especially if there's writing, you know, make sure there's no typos, whatever the case may be. But, you know, just be careful. But I think you got this, you know what I mean? So big stuff for you opening up. I think kind of more into next year when it's going to open up, since this seems like sort of Capricorn time. But the groundwork is laid in December. That's what the guides just came through with. Okay, well, thanks so much for tuning in, Aquarius. If you want to get in on that year ahead reading, you've just got the end of this month to do so. I know many of you order every year. It's the most popular reading I offer of the year. And thanks to everybody who's already ordered. And if you'd like to get it, you have a limited time, so check it out if you're interested. All right, next we're going to move on to the sign of Pisces. Well, Pisces, you know, you had your, I think you had a full moon or something happened last month. I can't even think. Oh, Saturn's still in your sign. Yeah, Saturn's in your sign, and it's been in there. It's kind of been dipping around that 0 mark, and now it's really firmly in there. So if you are a Pisces and you would like to order that year ahead reading, we will go into where Saturn's going to be in your chart and everything. That will definitely be discussed if you have more, if you want more info on that. But right now we're just going to look at December for our Pisces collective. We have the Justice card. We've had a lot of Justice cards come out here. Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, that's nice. And then we're going to get 3 more cards for our Pisces friends from the Hanson Roberts. 1, 2, 3, the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Well, somebody's certainly offering, you got some opportunities here. Well, there's definitely love, too. For some, because we got this whole thing of the Ace of Cups and the Lover's card here, well, some of you are definitely getting involved in a new relationship, perhaps with the King of Pentacles. So there's no gender in these readings, so the King would be whoever, you know, whoever you would be attracted to. It's not necessarily a male energy for sure. But the king is always a king. The king is further along on their path. They're more well established. They're not interested in playing baby games or something like that, you know. So for some of you, it might just be as simple as you're going to start a new relationship, and it's with the King of Pentacles, who could be an earth sign, which is great for you. It's Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Earth and water, your water go very well together, harmonious combinations. Could be timing. We could be talking about after the solstice when we move into the earth sign of Capricorn for the remainder of the month. Some of you, because there's all these pentacle cards in there too, it could be maybe that your current partner, something really great is happening in their job or their work situation, and they're going to have this really positive thing that you'll be happy and celebrating with too, because it affects the both of you. For some others of you, this could be maybe you're going to have an office romance, or maybe not office, but you know, somebody that you work with. It could spark into something more. You might be working on a project with this person, and then something more sparks from it. You know, you could be working on a project that's you're getting a lot of creative charge out of also here. For others, this could be completely 2 different things. You know, you could be having this work situation or this monetary. There could be some contract signed that you get to go ahead. I'm getting that for somebody. Somebody's signing a contract, you get to go ahead and you start building whatever it is. Then the actual construction can start. You know, maybe there's some kind of a contract signed, or you get some kind of a backer, or you get some kind of a loan, and then you get the money, and then you can start actually putting it all together. This person's going to be instrumental in whatever capacity. Again, earth sign energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, maybe as we move into Capricorn. But the other thing about the King of Pentacles, he's known for he's very savvy. He's very savvy with money and business. You know, so he could just be somebody who's just helping you out. For some of you, this could be somebody that you love that's saying, hey, I just want to do this for you. I'm going to back your project. Don't worry about what it costs. I believe in you, this creative thing that you're doing. I think it's going to flourish. And I'm here supporting you, financially and otherwise. You know, it doesn't have to be just through money and finance. But overall, I mean, this looks super positive. You're definitely getting some kind of a project off the ground here. And the love relationship is certainly going very well. For some of you, this could even be your father or somebody, or an elder male in the family, like the patriarch. Maybe you're going to be visiting home and they're like, well, what are you up to? And you're like, well, I want to do this thing, but I need some, I need some help financially. Maybe they'll help you financially, or maybe they'll just say, let me talk to my friend who's a lawyer, and I'll, because we got the justice card here. Or I'll put you in touch with the right people. Sometimes that's half the battle, just finding the right people that know what the heck they're talking about or can help you, This guy, he's a mover and a shaker, the guide said. And it could be a woman too, but I'm leaning towards, I'm just saying guy, because I feel for a lot of us it's going to be a male. He really understands the world of finance, and I feel like he also has connections. If he doesn't know how to fix a problem, he's a fixer. He'll get things aligned for you. He'll find somebody who does know how to fix the problem. Okay. Let's get our animal totem together here. The turtle, well, that's reinforcing that earth sign energy, because the turtle is very much earth sign energy. It's Turtle Island is this where I'm from, North America. That's what they call it. The Native Americans call it Turtle Island, and it represents the earth. But I notice I put the turtle in the water because they are of earth and water. So here you are, the Pisces, you're bringing the water, and they're bringing the earth. And it's flourishing into this beautiful connection on whatever level. Okay, Gaia, Pachamama, Great Mother, ancient remnant of a bygone era, knowledge of the ancestors, deliberate, slow, and steady movement. Yeah, well, that ancestor thing really grabbed me, because I did feel like for some, this could absolutely be, your father, grandfather, uncle, somebody. And again, they might not just say, hey, I'll pay for it, here's the money, They might say, you know what, I know a guy. He knows a guy. But it's not shady in any way. It's just like, well, let me talk to my friend so-and-so, and he does this kind of work, and see what, and it could result in a lot of help for you, because it's not always just money. And that's the thing about the King of Pentacles. He wants to invest that money wisely. Okay, let's get our lots of, I did the lots of, the wrong one, not wrong one, but I did them a little out of order, possibly. So that's a maybe. I meant to grab the lots of love thing. If you order your lots of love, they come with a pouch. I just use these Crown Royal ones because I have so many of them from all the years my family had the bar. I just have tons of these Crown Royal pouches everywhere. Okay, new. For lots of love, it's new, but something new is happening for sure. You got the new, you got the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So those are all new beginnings, something new, and you're going to be building it. And this person's going to be very instrumental and very helpful. The other thing is with the lovers, the other way this could pan out, this might be your partner's dad, grandpa, uncle, whatever, Let's get the lots of Proverbs for Pisces. It says, love is the answer. Well, isn't that the best one to end the reading with? Yes, love is always the answer. And with that Ace of Cups there, it's beautiful. Approach with love. Love is going to be really flourishing for you with this Lover's card, but there's also definitely something brewing, and that's the Saturn energy coming into your sign and wanting to give you these big earth plane foundation kind of things, these giving you that leg up in the material world. That's what Saturn can be, the elder, and Saturn rules Capricorn too. Okay. All right, Pisces. Well, if you want to get in on that year ahead reading, we've got this last month. We've got till the end of December, and that's going to be it. It'll be closed down till next year. I know many of you order every year. Again, with you've got the Saturn in your sign. We can go through it and address all that. So there will be some astrology to talk about. We'll talk about it specifically as it relates to your planetary placements. And then it's a 4 quarters of the year reading. I did a scaled down version, which I'm going to put in the suggested video thing at the end of this. So you can watch that and kind of get an idea of what it might be like. Thank you for tuning in and your patronage. Well, I have a Patreon too, but your patronage throughout the year just by visiting my channel and watching my videos. Please do hit that like and subscribe, and you can leave donations also through YouTube if you'd like, but not mandatory. Your support means everything to me. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have the best December as we move into the new year. It looks wonderful for you. We'll talk again soon. Bye.